Number 3, Gabby Perez. Number 4, Sophia Franco. Number 5, Kayla Montez. Number 6, Hayden Harris. Number 7, Valeria Pacheco. Number 8, Lily Lyons. Number 9, Chloe King. Number 10, Gianna Stufakis. Number 13, Tacey Wellborn. Number 14, Casey McNulty. Number 15, Sophia Burgess. Number 16, Crystal Cardor. Number 19, Marisol Inhelder. Number 20, Angie Shaka. Number 23, Victoria Bentancur. Coached by Coach Keene. Athletic Director, Coach Gables. Assistant Coach, Mary Conley. Assistant Coach, Stephen Waring. Good luck, girls.
Greetings, fans, and welcome to tonight's Broncos Broadcast Network production between the 3-4-1 Davenport Broncos and the 1-8 Spartans from Discovery. As we get ready for the opening kickoff, John Chigueras here with Sammy Sharp. And Sammy, welcome to the broadcast.
Hello. Thank you for having me tonight.
So the Spartans will go ahead. They will begin with the ball in the first half. Second time these teams have faced off against each other last year. The Spartans escaped the Broncos as they went through that stretch of not allowing a game to go into the second half, only for that game to end 15 seconds into the second half, with Broncos winning that game by a score of 8-0. As the ball goes out on the near sideline, 39:43 to go here in the opening half.
It looks like that throwing today will be from the Spartans.
near side, throws it in. After a quick battle, Discovery does retain possession. Broncos trying to clear it. Broncos able to clear it, making their way up the near sideline. Going right through that wall of Discovery defenders. Go up and down into the corner. Center passes there, overshot just a little bit. This ball gets juggled around. Discovery tries to clear it away to no avail. Shot and score, and just like that, the Broncos are up 1-0. So Sammy, that didn't take long. 1 minute, 14 seconds into this contest.
That is very true. The Broncos definitely knew what they had to take care of.
That's exactly what we're looking for the Broncos to do, to try to get back to their winning ways. Go ahead, get back on the scoreboard early. And that will be the fastest goal in Davenport history in regards to opening a game. Breaking the record that Marisol had against the same Discovery Spartans. That first goal came at 2 minutes and 18 seconds into the ball game. Spartans can try to make it up the way that near sideline. Ball is taken out of bounds. Will be Broncos ball. Battle for possession on the near side. Broncos trying to bring possession down, and they do. That's Skakis with the ball, huddling down, coming down that near sideline. Broncos with the same opening attack they had earlier. That ball gets knocked loose down into the corner. That shot is going to get eaten right up by Pham. So Broncos early on with 2 early opportunities, able to capitalize on that first one, but this opportunity isn't over as the Broncos keep it in their own end. Definitely have to like the aggression the Broncos have early on tonight. 38 minutes and change to go here in the opening half. Ball kicked down the near sideline. Still into play. Don't know why Discovery saved that one, as it looked like it would have gone out on Davenport. And that one will end up going out of bounds. Spartans rather will end up getting the ball. Broncos on top of this one by a score of 1-0. Game time temperature 77 degrees on an absolutely gorgeous night. Earlier tonight, another shuttle launch going up from Cape Canaveral. Awesome sight to be able to see right from Davenport High School, right to the heart of Florida. Again, we thank you for joining us wherever you may be here at Advent Field at the Ranch. Center pass is going to get knocked away. That one will head out of bounds. Broncos will end up getting the ball. 37:04 to go here in the opening half.
And from what it looks like, Gianna will be taking that corner kick.
It's first corner kick opportunity for the Broncos today, as Sammy just alluded to. Kick is up, ball is still loose, knocked away momentarily by the Spartans as they work to clear the zone. Broncos throw it right back in. Broncos quickly moving the ball around. Centering shot, that one's going to be scooped up right away by Pham.
Even from the kick by the goalie, the Broncos continue to keep control of the ball.
And that's just the pressure and the hustle that you definitely want to see out of this Broncos team. Whatever it takes to get that spark going, that early goal should do it for them tonight. Ball goes out, will remain Broncos possession. 35:40 to go here in the opening half. Broncos on top of the Spartans by a score of 1-0. Ball is thrown down into the box. Broncos trying to get possession back. Spartans trying to clear it. Broncos end up resuming possession. toward midfield now as the Broncos begin their attack again as we approach the 35-minute mark here in the opening half. Broncos making their way down that near sideline. Ball will go out off of the Spartans. Sam, you definitely have to like how the Broncos have been attacking the net a lot early on tonight.
Yes, they definitely have been attacking very heavily, and they won't even let the Spartans get past half tonight.
Exactly what you need to do. Just continue to pepper the goal, pepper the goal. That's one thing when the Broncos got into their series of huge wins last year, that's what they kept doing. Just making sure the ball never crossed half and then just continue to put shot after shot after shot on goal. As we see here, Spartans get it on the opposing side of the field, and Broncos very quickly say, nope, we're going right back. As we approach the 34-minute mark here. Spartans throw it in. Trying to come in, but again, right into 5 Broncos defenders. That's not going to do it, and the ball is going the other way.
The Broncos are definitely keeping a strong defense when the ball does get back there to ensure that there will not be a goal that takes place.
Center pass opportunity, a great save there by Fan. So the Broncos had a huge opportunity there. Broncos go ahead, they will have their second quarter kick of the night. That's one thing we saw a lot with the Broncos last year is the defense continued to fuel their offense. Corner kick goes up, and that one's going to go on in. And just like that, the Broncos are on top by a score of 2-0. So 33:06 to go here in the opening half. Now, Sammy, as someone who has played at a high level for soccer, a corner kick looks extremely easy to be able to drill it in, but it really isn't, is it?
It is not, John. It's all on the aim of the ball and the power of your kick. It's definitely to figure out that exact point and where your players are set up to do it. And also you have to pay attention to where their defenders are and where the goalie is.
Good ball.
Broncos on another attack, his sliding tackle, that's going to go out. Will remain Broncos ball, 33:06 to go here in the opening half. Spartans getting ready to kick it away. 33:06 as the clock is frozen. Now moving on down. Spartans trying to get it down the center of the field, right back into the Broncos' possession. Broncos again just forming that wall, making sure that ball does not cross onto the other half of the field. With the attack coming down that near sideline. That's Perez. Center pass taken away by the Spartans. That one's going to go out. Broncos will get on the near sideline. 32:30 to go. Here in the opening half, Broncos on top of the Spartans by a score of 2-0.
Broncos are definitely finding every open spot that they can to be able to pass the ball to each other.
Fan with that quick save. Broncos with the other opportunity. That one's now going to quickly get knocked away. So that is one thing that we talked about last year on countless times. You had a team that was trying to gel, brand new school, brand new team. Now this entire team has had an entire year to gel with each other, so they know each other a lot more than they did last year. 31-30, and again, here comes another one of those corner kicks. So, Sammy, you were saying it's the angle of delivery. If you're kicking this in, what are you actually looking to do in this situation?
You are normally looking to hit it normally right at the 6-yard box, so you can get right exactly where they just kicked it. That's exactly the key point to be able to get a good corner.
Again, with another rush, 31 seconds and change, and that one is going to go just to the left of the goal. Another opportunity for the Broncos. Spartans will end up getting the ball. The Broncos definitely on a full court press tonight. Opportunity after opportunity. And quickly snuffing out any time the Spartans go over half field. Spartans try to clear, but again, you have this rush of Broncos players. Making their way toward the center of the field, 30 minutes and change to go. That kick is going to go to the left of the goal. Spartans will get the ball back. So Sam, if you're the Spartans, what are you trying to do to change momentum? I'm seeing so far it's all Broncos the first 10 minutes of this game.
The main thing that you would have to look at is make sure, because as we can see, they are hitting very heavy on their defenders. So the main thing that you would have to do is make sure that you have the people back there to assist you in that. Because not having them back there, it's allowing the Broncos to get through easier. But also make sure you have at least 1 or 2 girls up there to be able to pass through if they do receive the ball.
Broncos getting ready to throw in from midfield. 29 and a half to go here in the opening half. Broncos on top 2. Josh Harris here with Sammy Sharp here on the Broncos Broadcast Network. We thank you for joining us wherever you may be on this fantastic, beautiful Thursday night in Davenport. Broncos again with another opportunity. That one's going to get knocked wide as we approach the 29-minute mark. Spartans getting ready to kick it away. The Broncos applying a ton of pressure. And here comes another attack by the Broncos. That one is going to go wide. So you definitely have to like all the pressure the Broncos are applying on the Spartans tonight. Coming in on the attack, Spartans trying to clear, but to no avail as the Broncos fight to keep it in. That ball will sail out of bounds. Broncos will throw it in on that near sideline. Broncos, Sammy, are wasting no time getting that ball right back in.
That's very true. They're trying to have it on the field as much as possible to get more opportunities to score. Back out of bounds, Broncos will throw it in again here as we are at the 27.5-minute mark to go here in the first half. As we approach ever closer to that 20-minute water break. Identify possession for that near sideline. That ball is going to go out of bounds. It will be Spartans' ball. So a little difference there is the Spartans taking their time throwing that ball and making sure everything was set. But even with them taking the time, it still went right to a Broncos player. There we go, Broncos again here. We have another breakaway. Milner's, that ball gets knocked away by the Spartans. 3-on-1 opportunity. Again, fantastic defense by the Spartans.
Good save there by Fan. And again, the Broncos just continue to pepper away, and pepper away. The more shots you put on goal, they will continue to start to fall. The Broncos are up 2-0 early on here in this contest.
I do have to say though, even though the Spartans are losing, they are holding them off very well, because it could have been a lot worse of a score by now. I think they did definitely learn from last year some of the Broncos' tactics and what they do a lot in the games.
So here come the Broncos again on the attack under 26 minutes now. And the Spartans aren't afraid of the Broncos at all as they just continue to apply this pressure. You would think Spartans coming into this 1-8, you might think, all right, this is the team that beat us 8-0 last year. We were mercied. But no, they are coming at the Broncos fast and furious tonight.
They have a fighting spirit and they want to continue that. I think they do definitely have an idea of that they might lose tonight, but they don't want to come out here and not fight and just lose without fighting.
These two schools have definitely started to develop a rivalry as of such. Broncos again on a breakaway shot and score! And just like that, the Broncos are now on top 3-0. As we go back to that rivalry, so many huge games have taken place between these two schools in Discovery and Davenport. Of course, you think about Tip Butler's half-court miracle shot earlier last year. And then even last night, where you had the girls facing off in basketball in a huge hard-fought game in which Discovery ended up taking that one by a score of 56-52. But it was a back-and-forth matchup. There's just something about these two schools where they just match up well in every sport. Whistle on the play as we approach the 24.5-minute mark. Broncos on top now by a score of 3-0. See, when you start to have delays in play like this, does it benefit the Spartans who are down to kill some of Davenport's momentum, or does it still favor Davenport?
It depends on the aspect of how you are looking at it, because it can kill some of Davenport's momentum, but it also is hurting them in a sense, because if they are trying to score, it's less and less time that they have to be able to score.
They're able to go ahead and knock that away. Ball is still bouncing around front as the Broncos try to clear it. Best opportunity the Spartans have had so far, and that one's going to end up going out of bounds. The Broncos go ahead and they fight off the first real test they've had tonight. That just says something about the Broncos defense, that here we are 23 minutes and change to go here in the first half, and that's really the first shot on goal that's gone against Rudnick. So that's your excellent defense keeping the ball up, and that's the offense for the Broncos continuing to pepper the Spartans' goal. Fight for the possession at midfield as we go under 23 minutes to go as we approach that 20-minute water break timeout. Broncos on top by a score of 3-0. Broncos making their way up that far sideline. Broncos with another breakaway opportunity. And that's just going to miss the goal on that right-hand side. Huge opportunity for the Broncos there, and they've had quite a few tonight. As we approach the 22-minute mark now. Broncos able to get possession back. Definitely making their time of possession count tonight. We're now being jostled around on that far sideline. Bounce Broncos thrown in it.
No, pero vea que no lo estoy gritando.
Now the Spartans' chance to try to inflict some damage. Throwing it in from that far sideline as we head toward the 21-minute mark here in the opening half. Broncos get on yet another breakaway. And there will be a whistle on that play, Sammy.
It looks like that was a foul against the Spartans.
Says it looks like it was on Owens. It's good, not a bad play by Discovery. Make Davenport earn it. Trying to make sure, trying to prevent that once again runaway right toward the net. Pick us up, and that one's going to go right on in. Just like that, it's 4-0 Davenport. So the Broncos continuing to do every little thing right tonight.
But I do have to say, though, that is a hard thing for the Spartans goalie to have to worry about that, because any penalty kicks are always hard for the goalies to save.
So if you're a goalie in that situation, is there any tell you're trying to look for at the one taking the penalty kick to try to get a sense of where they're going to kick it? No. All
No. To be completely honest with you, no. It's very random. It looks like they just called a water break.
Yep. So we'll go ahead. We will step away for a moment. We have the 20-minute water break timeout. Broncos on top of this one by a score of 4-0. We'll be right back. And we're out of the water break timeout. Broncos on top by a score of 4-0. John Chigaris here with Sammy Sharp. We thank you for joining us wherever you may be on this terrific Tuesday as we edge closer and closer to winter break. Broncos throwing it in on that near sideline.
Broncos have another throw-in. Broncos carry it up the field, have that breakaway from the defenders.
So Sammy, what real adjustments can actually get made in that 20-minute water break timeout, or is it more just getting hydrated again?
It's getting hydrated, but also getting the feedback from your coaches of what you can improve on or what you need to watch for.
The Spartans try to clear it down that far sideline. Under 20 minutes to go. Spartans look like they had an opportunity, but there will be a whistle. I'm going to assume offsides on that whistle.
Yes.
Broncos on top 4-0, but Discovery is definitely not playing like they're down 4-0. So they're continuing to attack, and attack. We're going to make the Broncos earn everything tonight. Broncos regain possession on the near sideline. Here comes another attack for the Broncos. Sliding there by Fan to knock that away. A little dangerous play by her coming that far out of the goal. Spartans trying to clear it. Broncos again regaining possession. 18 and a half to go here in the opening half now.
Broncos take the ball up the field through the middle. Spartans gain control of it.
Attempt at a clear, faulted as the Broncos again coming on in as we approach the 18-minute mark. Broncos again on a breakaway. Centering pass is deflected away. Coming in top of the key, 17:45 to go now here in the opening half.
Spartans try to have it down, but the Broncos get right back up against them.
Way up that far sideline. Again, you have this great Broncos defense that's making sure the ball does not get cleared. And the rare opportunities that ball has made it to the other side of the field. Spartans now on a 2-2 rush. Broncos are able to very quickly snuff out. Aerial kick toward the net. Broncos will regain possession coming down that near sideline. Under 17 minutes to play now.
I do believe, though, that is the farthest the Spartans have been able to get up the field tonight.
It just shows how Davenport has been playing, as it took, you're right, under 17 to play here in the opening half. With their second shot on goal. Excellent defensive pressure by the Broncos and excellent offensive fire. Those Broncos again coming down on that near sideline. 3-on-1 opportunity. That centering pass just goes a little awry. Broncos will throw it in from that far sideline. 16 minutes to go here in the opening half. go through the uprights, and it will end up being Spartans' ball. It seems like coming out of that water break timeout, the Spartans have come out with a newfound energy.
They have. I also have noticed this whole game, their goalie does not do their goal kicks. They have one of their defenders do it.
Broncos beginning to make their way down. Which fan in goal tonight for Discovery not being their normal goalie, which would make sense that she's not taking those goal kicks. To go under 15 to play now.
Also, having her do those kicks will allow for them to have a defender back there just in case the Broncos do gain possession of it.
And going with Fan not being their typical goalie, having to step in due to injury, she has looked good in goal tonight, only allowing 4 goals. Let's fight down that far sideline as we approach the 14-minute mark now. Spartans will end up throwing it in. Again, the Spartans taking a little bit of time before they throw in, making sure everything is set. But to no avail as the Broncos with yet another breakaway. Shot and score, and just like that, the Broncos are now up 5-0. Picture perfect opportunity coming off of that throw-in by the Spartans.
And the Broncos had it where they had no defenders around them, so they had an open net for her.
The Broncos continuing to roll. Which after the last few games is definitely a sight, if you're Broncos fans, you definitely want to see. There's a lot of goals gone on the board after a few recent tough games. Fight for the ball, Broncos look like they've resumed possession. They have. The quest for the ball in the middle of the field begins. 13:20 to go here to go in the opening half. And again, the Spartans are still attacking, which is awesome. They definitely have that never say die attitude tonight.
They are definitely keeping that pressure on the Broncos to basically tell them this ain't gonna be just a walk in the park for you guys.
Just trying to get some pressure down again. Down the near sideline, Broncos have that opening. They love coming down that near sideline. Shot goes off of the crossbar and will end up going out of bounds. Seems like every breakaway opportunity the Broncos have had has been on the near side of the field.
It definitely has been, and the Spartans should have someone on the Broncos player on that side to keep it.
Spartans go ahead, they will kick it away as we go under 12 minutes to go here in the opening half. Broncos on top 5-0. Broncos just create this wall that cannot be penetrated by the Spartans on any of these kicks.
And a lot of that is done by their formation that they use.
Let's go into more depth about that. What about that formation?
Okay, so from what I am aware, their formation is a 3-5-2. So that keeps it where it's very heavy in their midfield to make sure that it is not getting past them. And also allows a lot of opportunities for them to pass it up to their strikers to be able to score.
Broncos getting ready for their fourth corner kick tonight as we approach the 11-minute mark. Corner kick is up, and the header is going to end up going to the right of the net. 10:50 to go. Let's get ready to send it down. It seems like every time even the Spartans are trying to clear, they're trying to clear on this near sideline, which is what the Broncos have dominated on all night.
And also, too, the Broncos are sending up one of their defenders to help moving up top because there is not as much pressure on defense at the moment.
Again, coming in on another attack, and that one is going to get scooped up by Fan. 9:45 to go here in the opening half. Broncos on top by a score of 5-0. One of the rare times we've actually seen Fan go ahead and kick the ball away. Broncos again coming down to the attack. They did have numbers now. The Spartans going the other way. Trying to penetrate past that Broncos wall. But again, snuffed right out, and the Spartans now have a breakaway. And great defense by the Broncos, able to get right back. It's just one of those that's just going to continue to fuel momentum in the Broncos' favor when all of a sudden the Spartans look like they have nothing but daylight in front of them. And out of nowhere, here comes a Broncos defender. Broncos coming down again, working that near sideline. Center and passes there, shot and score, and just like that, it is now 6-0. But again, it's working that near sideline.
It definitely is. And if I was the Spartans coach, again, I would make sure they have pressure over on that side because every time it's going that same side, every time.
It almost looks like it's the exact same play each and every time.
Yes. It's either the girl on that side scoring or she crosses it to have her teammate score.
8:30 to go here in the opening half now. Trying to apply the pressure, but again, Broncos snuff it out. Broncos defense tonight has been an absolute force. Again, here we go, coming right up that right-hand side. This is deja vu all over again.
Another cross and hits the goal post.
Spartans definitely have to start getting some defense on that near sideline. 7:40 to go now here in the opening half. He's going to get snuffed out by the Broncos as the battle for possession begins. Battle at midfield continues. Broncos starting to make up a little bit of ground. Now starting to attack from that far sideline.
Yes,
going 7-0 now, 6:53 to go. Broncos starting to work that far sideline now. Broncos definitely have all the momentum going, and they are just flying on all cylinders tonight. Sammy, how much fun is it to play in a game like this where everything starts to go your way?
It's a very fun time, and you get that confidence boost, especially with the couple losses that they have had recently. It gives you that confidence boost that you need to continue to enjoy and love the game.
Again, here comes the Broncos coming up that near sideline.
Cross.
And if you're the Broncos, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Continue to do the exact same thing. Make the Spartans come out and play you on that near sideline.
I think the Spartans are learning it though, because even when the Broncos tried to cross it, they had the defender to make sure that wasn't affected.
Oh, he's coming. This guy's oh, holy. Wait, he didn't touch him.
That one's going to go out. I believe it's on the Spartans, and if it is, that would be a corner kick for the Broncos on the far side of the field. Their first one from the far side of the field tonight. And it will be 5:50 to go here in the open now. Is up and snuffed right down by the Spartans as they try to clear it. Broncos fighting to keep the ball on their side of the field. Working their way down. Again, Broncos with numbers. That is definitely the impressive thing the Broncos are doing, is they continue to get that point advantage. Picks up, here come the Spartans coming down the field. 5 minutes to go here in the opening half. That will end up going out of bounds. Spartans will resume possession. Spartans changing up how to throw the ball in. Spartans work that near sideline going down toward the corner. Broncos defense quickly snuffing it out. That ball is going to go out of bounds. 4:23 to go here in the opening half.
Is he paused? Yeah. Okay, I heard it. Which way is he going? I don't know.
And if you are new to Florida sports, the NFHA does have that rule of 8 going into effect. Should the Broncos extend this lead up to 8 goals in the final 4 minutes, not only will the clock not stop, but the game would end at halftime. As here come the Broncos once again, coming up that near sideline.
He's right there. He's right there. Go.
Right off of the crossbar. That one is going to go toward that far sideline and out of bounds. 3:42 to go. I'll get the correction. After being up in New England announcing soccer during Thanksgiving break, that's the FHSAA, not the NHIAA. So we're talking Florida, we are not talking New Hampshire. As we go under the 3-minute mark now, Broncos on top by a score of 7, or Broncos on top 7-0. Over the Discovery Spartans from Discovery Academy over in Lake Alfred, Florida. Broncos continuing to pepper this attack. Again, coming down the near sideline. Ball is still loose after a quick save by Fan.
It looks like like that's going to be a corner kick for the Broncos. And this corner kick could be a make or break moment for the Broncos.
The kick is up and right for the Broncos. Broncos will keep possession as they start to make their way in down that near sideline. Press pass went a little bit awry. Now the ball will go toward that far sideline. 2 minutes to go. And if you are new to FHS and soccer, the clock does stop and freeze at the 2-minute mark. At this point, the referees on the field are keeping the time. Has to just go ahead and keep so that fans aren't screaming, hey, there's zeros on the clock when there is still extra time being played. Broncos fighting down the near sideline. Second pass will end up going awry.
He's gonna sacrifice himself. Just for our own love. He's sacrificing himself.
So again, near sideline, near sideline, near sideline.
Don't let him.
Starting to look like deja vu moments from the last time these two teams met last year, which the Broncos took a 7-0 lead into halftime. The Broncos ended up winning that one 8-0 with a goal 15 seconds into the second half. Broncos wasting no time throwing it in from that far sideline, trying to keep momentum going. Great pressure applied by the Spartans in the box. Turning the ball down that far sideline. Broncos now fighting with possession. And that is going to do it for the first half. So 40 minutes are in the books. The Broncos are on top by a score of 7-0. Should the Broncos score a goal before Discovery can score a goal in the second half, that will be your ball game. We will pause for halftime. We'll be right back here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network. And we are back for the second half. Broncos to go ahead. They will kick it away. They are on top 7-0, 40 minutes on the board. But FHS AA Magic 8 rules do apply. Should the Broncos score one more goal before the Spartans score, the game would end with an 8-goal mercy lead. John Chigueras here with Sammy Sharp. We thank you for joining us wherever you may be. And it is definitely a deja vu moment, as this was the exact situation that occurred when these two teams last faced off and the first time they ever faced off, where the Broncos ended up taking a 7-0 lead into halftime and scoring the game-winning goal 15 seconds into the second half. We will see if lightning can strike twice. Sam, if you're the Spartans, what type of adjustments do you try to make during halftime?
Well, from previous of what happened last year, they should definitely have a very strong defense right now. Make sure they have as many people back there, because we already know the Broncos are going to try to score.
One of those trying to get in, score early, end of the game early. And if you're the Broncos, what is Coach Keene telling you at halftime?
He's probably telling them to score, to get that final goal in for them.
Broncos on the opportunity, taken away by the Spartans as they start to make their way up that near sideline. Broncos kicking the ball back into play as we approach the 39-minute mark. Broncos coming down that far sideline, and that one's going to end up going out of bounds. So it'd be interesting to see if the Spartans do make any sort of adjustment as the Broncos continue to pepper that near sideline during that first half. And all of a sudden, here they are, same players involved, coming down that far sideline now. Broncos get their first corner kick of the half. Corner kick is up. Header does not go. Broncos will retain possession. Broncos fighting down that near sideline. Spartans trying to clear it. And one thing about the Spartans is they have played some solid defense all night tonight. That ball gets scooped up by Fan. And again, Fan having to step in with the Spartans' normal goalie going out due to an injury. Broncos now fighting down that far sideline. 38 minutes to play now. And again, a whole lot of pressure being applied by the Spartans. So they're not going to let Davenport have this one be easy.
The Spartans are definitely learning their tactics and how they only want to score from either side. So they definitely are playing more coverage and possession on them.
Spartans are also coming out a lot more aggressive to begin this second half. So here come the Spartans on a 3-on-2 opportunity. Broncos will go ahead. They will quickly snuff it out. This battle down that far sideline. 37 minutes to go now. Throwing for the Spartans, and of course, here come the Broncos all over that ball as they have been tonight. Continuing to put two defenders the second the Spartan gets that ball. Because of that, you take a look at the scoreboard. Broncos on top 7-0, and the Spartans have only had 2 shots on goal all night, and really only 3 opportunities. It's been incredible defense and incredible offense for the Broncos. As Broncos go ahead, they get ready for the kick. 36 minutes to go now. That one's going to go up and over. Spartans will end up getting the ball back. So Broncos are applying a ton of pressure here to begin this second half, but the Spartans just seem to be matching their intensity.
And from what it looks like, the Broncos did switch out their goalie.
Definitely a good move to make. Go ahead and give Rudnick some time off after an amazing first half.
Broncos get it up the field.
Jostling for position on that near sideline. Under 35 to play now. Down toward the corner, and that one's going to find its way out. Discovery definitely coming out with a huge intensity to begin the second half. You have to assume they remember what happened last year, losing 15 seconds into the second half. Having that mantra, not having it happen again. Whip kick down that near sideline. Broncos are all over it trying to get possession back.
Broncos gain possession and try to get up the field.
Broncos trying to work that far sideline. It's exactly where they had multiple success opportunities in that first half, working that near sideline. Spartans look like that, and they're now able to shut down that pressure, making those halftime adjustments. 33 and a half to go here in the second half. Spartans try to get it down that far sideline, but Broncos resume possession. This is our first of 3 broadcasts on the Broncos Broadcast Network this week. We have girls soccer tonight, we have girls basketball tomorrow, and then on Saturday, no, that is not a typo, Saturday you have a boys matinee soccer game here at the Ranch. So definitely a lot of opportunities to come out and support your Bronco athletes. And what a fun day Saturday will be. After the boys soccer game, head downtown Davenport to go head to the Davenport Parade and Winterfest. If you have never been to the Davenport Parade or Winterfest, it is an absolute ball. Huge ice slide, Santa and Mrs. Claus are there. You have food vendors from all over as that kick goes out of bounds to the left of the goal. Santa and Mrs. Claus, one of the rare opportunities you actually have snow here in Florida. Just like Disney's snow, I can confirm it is Dial soap, and that is when you know you're a good kid growing up, when you're like, ooh, snow, ooh, that's Dial soap. When you can name soap, that's when you know you were a great kid growing up. Definitely a ton of fun events going on in the next few days. We have coverage on the Broncos Broadcasting Network for all of it. Broncos now making their way down that far sideline, quickly getting snuffed out by the Spartans. Also, fans, 1 week from Monday, December 19th, has the return of Broncos Rodeo. This is our condensed versions of the games during that winter break. You have rodeo episodes featuring every volleyball game this past year and every football game. Home and away, so please make sure you tune into those contests. benefit of rodeo. If you have never watched a rodeo game before, it is all action and no filler. It is play after play after play after play. You're able to take an entire volleyball game down to 23 minutes, an entire football game down to 12 minutes. As we approach the 30-minute mark now, Broncos still on top 7-0. Broncos now working down that near sideline. Trying to get numbers, but the Spartans pulling a Broncos trick with getting 3 defenders right on the ball. And that one will go out of bounds on the near sideline. Will be Spartans' ball. 30 minutes to go here in the second half. Spartans with a quick throw in. Broncos get possession of the ball. Centering pass is there, but it looks like it's going to be taken away by the Spartans. Broncos resume possession coming down that far sideline. Broncos loving to work that right-hand side of the field. Centering pass was snuffed out. Broncos trying to get possession back, and they do. Broncos going through a reset as we go under 29 and a half. Broncos now attacking again, coming down the right-hand side of the field, that far sideline, and that ball is going to end up going out of play. Under 29 to go. Broncos on top 7-0. Josh Garrison, Sammy Sharp here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network. Again, we thank you for joining us wherever you may be. You know, there are plenty of places that you can get your entertainment, and we are absolutely honored that you have chosen to spend your time with us. Spartans get ready to kick it away. 28-30 to go now. And again, the Spartans just continue to take their time anytime they're getting the ball back into play. Compared to the Broncos, who have a more upbeat tempo. George with an opportunity quickly deflected and knocked away by the Broncos. Battle for that far sideline commences, and that one will go out of bounds toward the Spartans bench as we go under 28 minutes now. Broncos throwing it in, working down that far sideline. Ball is back out of bounds. Broncos with the throw in as they start to set up their offense coming down that far sideline. Moving more toward the center of the field. And Spartans definitely coming out with an intensity this second half. Which is definitely something you do like to see out of a team. Broncos now coming down that far sideline. Center pass, and that's going to go up and over the net. The Broncos with an opportunity there, 26:55 to go. And looked like for a second Fan was going to take it herself, but she ends up backing away. Broncos stack the near side of the field. It's exactly where the kick goes, and it ends up going out of bounds. Broncos had that play well scouted. Centering passes, the Broncos look to try to break through the wall that the Spartans have put up. Down that near sideline, fought away. Broncos keep possession in. Spartans again try to clear to no avail. Broncos now starting to drive on in. Center pass goes awry, and the Spartans knock it loose. Broncos will go ahead. They will set up their offense. 25:30 to go now here in the second half, and that ball is going to end up going out of bounds.
The Broncos keep trying to go over to that one side where they repeatedly keep failing because the Spartans have learned their gameplay at this point, so they need to try to switch it up.
Definitely overloading that one side, as Sammy just alluded to. Way down that far sideline, Broncos now saving it, keeping possession in as we go under 25 minutes to go. Coach Teague for Discovery. One thing you could have told Discovery at halftime, hey guys, don't even pay attention to the scoreboard. The score is now 0-0. Just go out there and play this second half, and that is one thing that we've seen Discovery do. We saw this intensity in the first half, but it just seems like it's been magnetized during the first 15 and a half minutes of the second half. With that in conditioning, they are all over the soccer field. We saw the intensity, but we didn't see as much heart as it seems like they have during the second half. So we get ready to throw the ball in on that far sideline. 24 minutes to go now. Spartans with the ball with that far sideline. Broncos end up getting possession. Center pass, Broncos on a breakaway, and that one's going to go to the right of the net. So definitely some awesome defense by the Spartans tonight. Broncos continue to try to drive in. That one's going to get scooped up by Fan. She'll end up keeping it herself, kicking it down the near sideline. Right to 3 Broncos. Broncos will keep possession as we go under 23 minutes now. Broncos now coming down that far sideline. That right-hand side of the field is where they have had a lot of magic so far tonight. And again, the Spartans now snuffing that out.
To a point, it does look like some of the Broncos are giving up because they're not even running for the ball, they're just walking.
And that ball ends up going out of bounds. Spartans will end up taking a free kick as we approach the 22-minute mark now. Broncos end up receiving the free kick going up that far sideline. We get ever closer to that 20-minute water break timeout. Pass for the Broncos gets taken away by Discovery. Broncos getting the ball back. That shot goes just left of the net. So again, Broncos having a ton of opportunities tonight. And again, the more opportunities you have, these goals will start to fall. Broncos have put 7 up on the board so far tonight. That's exactly, Sammy, what you want to see the Broncos continue to do, is start to attack that goal and continue to attack that goal.
Correct.
Broncos now trying to work the middle of the field. Spartans end up clearing it. 20:30 to go now here in the second half. Ball goes out of bounds and will remain Broncos possession. As we get ever closer to that 20-minute water break timeout. One thing that can always be said is you learn more from your losses than your victories. Discovery has definitely played their hearts out the first 20 minutes of the second half, not allowing Davenport to score at all. As that ball goes out of bounds, 19:44 to go now here in the game. That'll be a whistle, and we will have a 20-minute water break timeout. Your score, Davenport on top of the Spartans by a score of 7-0. We'll be back on the backside of this water break timeout. Coming back from the water break timeout, Davenport Broncos leading the Discovery Spartans by a score of 7-0. John Chigueras here with Sammy Sharp. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be. Broncos take possession of the ball on the back end of this water break timeout. Working down that near sideline pass just goes a little bit awry, and that one's going to go out of bounds as we approach the 19-minute mark. Broncos go ahead. They will take a corner kick on that near sideline. Corner kick is up. Corner kick just goes a little long. Broncos now fighting their way back in. That one's going to go out of bounds toward the right of the net. That shot did not reach the goal. Spartans will get possession back. And if you're just joining us, brand new goaltender for the Spartans and Fan coming in, having to play due to injury, and she has looked great in goal. Just the entire Spartans team is just locked down this second half. Broncos now trying to wave on and coming down that far sideline. And that one's going to be saved. It will be a throw-in by the Broncos. Are we going to have a corner kick? We will have a corner kick. Broncos wasting no time. Corner kick is up. Shot original save. There was a scramble for the ball in front of the net, and somehow the Spartans are able to clear it. Broncos again bringing pressure down that far sideline. That shot is going to miss the goal coming down that near side. Broncos continuing to pepper the goal, getting those shots on goal. As we approach the 17-minute mark. Spartans coming up that near sideline. Broncos trying to snuff it out, trying to keep the offense going. That shot is going to go awry and to the left. Spartans get ready to kick it off. 16:25 to go here in the ball game.
It seemed a lot like the Broncos lost a lot of their speed that they had in the first half, that they're slowly starting to get tired, where the Spartans saved it and now are able to use it for this half.
Just talked about during the water break timeout. The Spartans also made all of those adjustments. The Broncos continued to have all of their offense on that right-hand side of the field during that first half on the near sideline. And they tried to do the same thing on the far side of this half, but the Spartans were able to tangle it away. So the Spartans making those adjustments during the 10-minute halftime. Broncos trying to crash in the net. 15:30 to go now in the game. Ball is loose, but the Broncos will control possession again. Coming down that far sideline, snuffed out. And that
is game right there.
And that is game. That was a kick that I didn't think was going to get there, but just over Fan's head. And with 15:02 to go in the ball game, the Broncos will take this one by a score of 8-0. Your executive producer for the Broncos Broadcasting Network, myself, John Chigueras, Mr. Alan Duge, and Mill Gables. For my broadcast partner, Sammy Sharp, I'm John Chigueras. From Davenport, everyone, good night.